Hi. Well, here goes. It was bound to happen sooner or later with my ADHD. I've been really having a great time with Substack, but I just got this itch lately as we're moving from August into September. Maybe I have that built in new school year thing, but I'm looking for a new structure, a new organizing principle, a new way to share what I want to with you. And someone suggested, well, what people really like is when you sit down and really talk a la Jane Fonda right to the camera. I said, well, that sounds great if you're Jane Fonda, but I need to have some prompts. I need to share something that I have in front of me to work off of. And then I looked down and I saw this huge binder that I just got today. This is the new revised edition of Radical Guide, and we just got this huge thing to proof. We've been working on this for a couple of years. It's a very slow process with a big publisher, but it's going to be great. A lot of it's the same, a lot of it's similar, a lot of it's very different, a lot of it's brand new. So I thought, well, gee, I bet there's some prompts here in this book Michelle Frank and I wrote. So I'd like to take a couple weeks here as we move into, from summer into early fall. And instead of my normal routine, try to do these video prompts. I thought, well, to be transparent, which people want you to do on Substack, I was looking for what can I share in notes that they say is very important. So I'm going to pick a passage a few days a week, put it in notes and text, and then on video, I'll just read it and then talk spontaneously about what comes to mind. The idea of passages, which was the first name of my book, ADHD Journey, so I love this as double meaning. It's passages that we all have as women, passages we all have as ADHD women, and passages we all have in life. So it's a double meaning. I'd like to share the passages, riff on the passages, and then I came up with this great idea about a book club, not a club, but a book passages reading group where I could share some of my favorite passages from my books. You could share yours. And I thought, well, I'll just do something for 3 months, once a month for 3 months, and I'll have more details about that. So it's all organized for me. This idea of passages. So I really need your feedback to let me know what you think of this, how you like this. And I also thought that if you do like it, it'd be fun to have a subscriber come on Zoom, and we could record it and share it with everybody. Ask me questions for me to respond to. You could even do a little mini interview, and that could be part of this passages. But a lot of people are using this book for book clubs. I said, why don't I use it? Since Michelle and I wrote it, and Michelle maybe can come on too one of these days, and we could all talk about the passages together. So that's my basic idea. It's how it all came together for me. So today I thought I'd start from this big binder I have in front of me, just a simple from the beginning about Brave, and see what happens. This is called Braver. I'm just going to pick up this big manuscript that I'm going to be proofing. It's called Braver, Part 1, and it starts with that quote from Anais Nin. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. And it's a short passage here. You probably understand what we mean when we say that having ADHD can feel like you have something wonderful inside, just waiting to bloom, if only you could break free from all the things holding you back. You might have found yourself hiding away more and more as you've tried your very best to manage your challenges and cope with the hurt, loss, and confusion that comes with ADHD life. You may have tried time and time again to fix yourself, hoping to find freedom in becoming more like someone else, someone without ADHD. Only discover that you can't get rid of the hard stuff with also getting rid of the splendor that makes you who you are, without leaving behind a tiring facade. If you picked up this book, chances are you're ready to drop the old struggle and put your energy into something new and bold. Because, as you've likely found, there comes a time when sacrificing who you are, who you know yourself to be, and what you most deeply long to become is more painful than facing the fear of opening up to be seen, heard, and known for all that you are. So stop waiting. The moment is as good as any right now. It's time to take the risk to blossom. To do that, though, we need to move ahead bravely. That's an excerpt from the beginning of the part 1 of the book, and we named it Braver, as a precursor to the next sessions, which are bolder and brighter. Because to take those first steps, you need to take a very courageous step. When you spent your whole life holding yourself in and masking, pretending, and trying to not be seen, even though your biggest desire is to be seen, it takes a lot of bravery. I heard in a movie the other day, it's not brave if you're not afraid. And that's really true. We are afraid to be brave. We are afraid to be known. And so the whole introduction to this book, this first part, is encouraging you to take that first small step. And while you're here, or if you're reading the book, you already are taking that step to be known. And that's a huge thing to open up. And just to start with one person at a time, to take that step of letting someone in, of letting yourself in, just letting yourself know the reality of what you feel and the pain that comes along with that, but also the great hope and the great relief of finally being on the path to becoming who you are. And like this opening quote says, it comes a time where it's just too painful to stay tight in the bud anymore. And then, even though it's scary, this idea of blossoming is what's going to set you free eventually. And you're going to find amazing things inside when that small bud, once it opens and it blooms. So let me know how you feel about my new passage into a new way of relating to you, a new way of sharing. And I'm excited to give you sneak previews for the next few weeks of our new book, and to share some of the passages that you already might know and love. Okay, thank you.